Well, Mark Hurd in a few hours will address the audience at Oracle's annual gathering of movers and shakers in California. Hurd comes to Oracle with baggage after leaving HP in the wake of a sexual harassment investigation. HP is also, by the way, fighting this move by Hurd. So is he worth all this trouble at Oracle? Well, with me now is analyst David Hilal of FBR Capital Markets in Virginia. David, nice to see you. And of course, this conference has started already since yesterday. Overall, with Hurd speaking later today, well, first off, tell me that part. What are you going to want to hear from him that he didn't already talk about in the conference call last week?
Well, I think the big thing for Mark to talk about with the user base as well as investors is how they're going to invest in R&D. And I say that because at HP, Mark Hurd did a great job cutting costs, but arguably he cut some of the innovation at HP. And that's not what investors or users of Oracle want to see. So I think he's certainly a great manager, but I think his style needs to change a little bit here from being kind of cost cutter, margin expansion guy to somebody who's going to continue to invest in innovation. So
given that then, David, what makes you think Hurd is a good addition to Oracle?
Well, look, Oracle has been very acquisitive over the last 10 years. Everybody knows that. When they acquired Sun, it raised a lot of eyebrows. People weren't sure if they could integrate a hardware company because up until then, all of their acquisitions had been software. So now bringing a hardware piece into the fold was a new challenge. Mark Hurd has got a great background between NCR and HP. He's got 20 some odd years of managing hardware-specific businesses. So if there's ever anybody who can help integrate this business, I believe it's Mark Hurd.
But without taking Hurd out of that equation, though, David, could Oracle go after hardware as well without him?
They could, and certainly they were going down that path without him, right? When they acquired Sun, they've mentioned they will be more acquisitive in hardware, so they could have done it without him for sure. I think it simply increases the odds of success by having him on board.
Okay, so it'll make a huge difference in your eyes then?
Yeah, I believe so, Betty.
Okay, all right. Moving on, though, from Hurd, what you've heard so far from Oracle, talking about their software, their new software for businesses called Fusion. What else do you expect out of the company this week?
Well, I think that's going to be the big thing this week, is to talk about Fusion. This is a complete rewrite of their software applications for businesses. It's going to target both on-demand and on-premise type customers. That will be the biggest thing. I think they will also announce some joint products that include both software and hardware mixed. They've had some success with that in the past. And with the Sun acquisition, I think we'll see some of those announcements throughout this week as well.
And their relationship with HP, you think, is going to stay intact?
Well, certainly they will always be partners to some degree. There's been some noise and some bad blood between the two parties and a lawsuit. But at the end of the day, they will still be partners, but probably some bad blood between the two.
Right. Okay. Well, you can imagine that bad blood has been playing out in the press. David, thank you so much for joining us. David Hilal of FBR.